y'all pulled up on me, I would've seen y'all niggas because I was outside.
So Lily Tino has actually admitted to doing something illegal now. Her most recent post says ranking every women's bathroom at Disney World. If you don't remember, she posted a whole video about her first time going to the bathroom at Disney World in the women's restroom as a transgender male. Well, now she's decided to take a photo in every single bathroom that she went in and rank them. And many of them actually have people in them. But here's a worker, 2 people in this photo here. Didn't like the Animal Kingdom bathroom because someone gave her a weird look. But many of the photos did have other people in them. And if you didn't know, it is actually illegal in some states to take photos in public restrooms. Disney World is located in Florida, which is a more conservative state, which she was worried about using the woman's restroom as a actual male. But she should have been more concerned about taking photos in the women's restroom. But in Florida, it is actually illegal to take photos in a public restroom or other places where people have reasonable expectations of privacy, like dressing rooms, tanning salons, and bathrooms. This doesn't mean of people, this just means taking photos of any sort, even if it is just of yourself.
Yeah, apart from Lily Tino being an absolute idiot, you're also part of the problem and then you complain about the problem. You create the problem and then complain about it, which is why I say these people are stupid. You keep calling him a she and then complaining when he's acting out as if he's a she. You're a part of the problem and then you complain about the fact that he's just doing everything you have brought upon yourself. If you claim he's a woman, why shouldn't he be able to go into the women's restroom? It's really simple, but for some reason in your brains, you just can't comprehend the stupidity of what you're saying. You created this and now you want to cry about it.
I think Disney's going to ban me for this one. My corn dog is still intact. I'm not happy about that, but sadly it takes a long time to turn a corn dog into a inverted corn dog. I do hair removal every week for 2 hours straight. It is not fun or easy, but once that is finally done, hopefully by the end of the year, they are going to take my corn dog. These ears do not want to stay on. They are going to cut it down the middle. This is not the best knife for this. They will then take off the outer lining of the corn dog. Okay, I'm actually impressed that I'm doing this good of a job. Like so. Flip it inside out and make something of a tunnel. This tunnel will then become, well, you know, my hands are disgusting. Now you might be asking why I would do this or why anyone would do this. It sounds not fun. And I agree with you. I'm not looking forward to that recovery process. But know that this is not a decision that any of us take lightly. Our corn dogs do serve a purpose, but at the end of the day, I just don't like having it. It's not me. I look at it in the mirror and it's like, ugh, can we do something about that? And it turns out we can. But until then, I am making the most of my final days with my corn dog. Farewell to this thing that has served me not very well, but is what I was born with. It did its duty. R.I.P. I love it.
I genuinely believe that this guy at this point is just joking and he's just doing this to rage bait everybody. I really don't actually believe he believes he's a woman. I think he's just lying to everyone and he's just doing it for clicks and money. There is no way you can be this unaware because even the people who agree with what he believes in are turning against him. And he's definitely a very weird person because you're doing this where there's kids and you're recording this knowing you're doing a wrong thing because you say that Disney is going to ban you.
Have you been dying to ride Expedition Everest at Disney World's Animal Kingdom, but you weren't sure if you'd fit? Hey everyone, we're plus-size park hoppers. We range in sizes from 2X to 5X.
Yes, we've gotten to the stage where we're celebrating people and not only celebrating people who are bringing themselves to an early grave, but they're posting it all over social media. And what they're labeling it as is they're labeling it as body positivity. Body positivity where they're so positive that they are overgrown adults. That's body positivity for you.
Happy Pride Month, everybody. Just a quick PSA as we get into this beautiful month of June. If you don't support the gays, theys, or thems, if you don't embrace the queer community with open arms, if you don't support them, and not only support them, but be an ally for them, especially if you're a straight white dude, I hate you and your mom. Have a great day, everyone.
Oh no, what will I ever do? Oh my gosh, some random dude on the internet just posted on social media and said that he hates me. How will I ever live? I need to do something about this. Before we get back into the video, if you guys are enjoying the video, as per usual, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you also hit the bell so that you're notified when a video comes out. Also, if you guys are into gaming or anyone who's watching this video is into gaming, subscribe to my new YouTube channel, YinkaThatGuy, which will be linked down in the description down below. And this is only for the game gamer, so if you're not interested in gaming, you do not have to subscribe. But let us get back into the video.
I think the fluidity of the gender spectrum should definitely be more widespread, including to preschoolers, including to kids of any age. So I definitely think that if kids were to decide in preschool, then they should be allowed.
They are, yeah, they would know who they are then. I feel like at that young of an age, like, I didn't even really know who I was then, so if I feel like if a preschooler is coming out and they know who they are, then yeah, most definitely.
So there's been this new study that show that even in the womb, children may start showing signs that they may want to transition after being born. Do you think that would be something that parents should start doing? Because then the kid may be born in the gender that they identify as.
On that one, I think that the kids should have a conscience and be able to, like, you know what I mean, like have like the security in itself being born and go from there.
I completely agree. I think the signs should make the parents aware and prepared, but I think that they should be able to be conscious.
So you want America to send more money to Ukraine? What about this homeless man, my wife's boyfriend?
I need help.
Don't you think he needs help?
I need help.
This is a rally in support of Ukraine.
Yeah, but what about the homeless people right here in America?
We have problems in America.
Don't you think $100 billion to Ukraine is a lot?
In this case, I'm simply asking this of Congress. Are you asking Congress for this?
Yeah, I think they should help the homeless instead of giving hundreds of billions of dollars to Ukraine.
Putin has been threatening to attack other countries, including the United States.
Do you have any money? Do you want to give him any money? You don't want to give him any money?
Give me some of that Ukraine money.
I've said this in a lot of my videos, but these people don't want to do anything. They don't want to help anyone. All they want to do is go out, protest, and virtue signal. Because their lives are so boring and they don't have anything else to do with their lives, what they do is they go out, virtue signal to everyone, and then when it's actually time for them to take action and back up what they believe in, they look like this guy in this video, and when he actually has a person he can actually help, even though we all know it's fake, he doesn't do anything.
Learning that half of the fucking population is functionally illiterate, like, has ruined me. It has made me, like, I'm surrounded by idiots. And, like, I don't want y'all to be dumb. I wish y'all were fucking smarter, because it's stressing me the fuck out that I have to share a planet with you people. Like, there's a chance that my nurse when I'm in the nursing home isn't going to believe the vaccines.
You're talking about people being illiterate when you can't formulate a sentence without placing the word like in it every few seconds. I'm definitely not going to be taking any advice from you, and also you have another stupid person like they always do.
Okay, but if the argument is if we give poor people housing and healthcare and food and the basic needs to survive, they won't have any incentive to work anymore if their basic needs are met.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. Let's flood the countries with a bunch of people. Not only flood the countries with a bunch of people, let's give them free stuff when they come into the country. And then when they come into the country with the different ideologies that go against everything I believe in, I'm going to complain about the fact that people are being violent against me. And then I'm going to repeat the process. Good idea.
I'm going to be the first person to get bonked for 24 hours straight. Now you can tune in and watch this because it is getting live streamed this Friday.
There is no way this girl can be a real person. She has to be a robot. She has to be some sort of agent sent by somebody, because there is no way this is real.
Your mom could beat up anybody.
I'm pretty confident she could beat up a lot of people.
What percentage of men could your mom beat up at 5'4", do you think?
At 5 foot. She's 5
foot.
Oh,
excuse me. Oh, you are aware that the average male height is like 5'9", 5'10".
So I believe last time I checked it was 5'8", yeah.
So what percentage of men in the US do you think that your mom could beat up? How much does she weigh too, by the way?
Right now she's at like 145.
You're 5 foot. What percentage of men do you think your mom could beat up?
Fighting dirty, I think approximately.
The man can fight dirty too.
Yeah, approximately 80%.
Holy you're delusional.
Have you ever seen a fist fight?
Have you ever shot someone? You are delusional,
Have you ever
my dear. So Brock Lesnar, I think he's like well over 6 feet. He's probably over 200 pounds. Could your mom beat him up?
You said he's 6 feet?
Forget his height. Let's say this is 5 foot Brock Lesnar. Could your mom beat up Brock Lesnar? UFC.
She might be able to. Okay,
You're so, oh my God, you're delusional.
Yeah, I'm here to tell you that this is not a skit. This was actually a real thing that happened in real life. She actually was questioning whether her 5'4", 5'3", whatever high her mother is, can beat Brock Lesnar. She actually sat there and thought about it. Now, I know there are a lot of people out there who think everybody should vote, but I have watched too many videos, read too many things to think to myself that everybody should vote, because that would just be me being stupid as well. And if you want some evidence as to why not everybody should vote, just watch this video.
Would you date a Trump supporter?
Fuck no.
And can I get 3 reasons why you wouldn't date a Trump supporter?
A, I'm not racist. B, I'm a female. And C, gross. I've read a book. I mean, I could give you 1,000. Oh God, I could give you 1,000 reasons. That's disgusting.
And do you think all Trump supporters are racist?
I don't think they're all racist. I think they're all uneducated, and they're too poor to vote in that tax bracket.
So you think all of them are uneducated?
Oh, you're a Trump supporter.
Yeah, I'm a Trump supporter.
That's weird. You're brown, though, man.
Right.
I don't like you.
I don't think my skin color dictates my political ideology, though. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, woke white women are some of the most hilarious people on earth because they malfunction and get completely confused when someone who is not their color and not white but doesn't actually believe in what they believe in questions them. They're really this programmed and are just stupid people who follow along like sheep.
Moving.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, you gotta be real careful, you know what I mean?
Right.
Be real careful, you know what I'm saying? Be real careful. This is a new day. You know what I'm saying?
No. Well, equal rights, equal lefts.
Is there anything that is holding you back today? You're a young...
Your skin, right, for our skin.
Okay, for example?
For example, we are paid less. We are given less opportunities. We are the highest educated, black women especially, the highest educated percentage in America, yet we are paid less than, or like, it's about, I think it's about $1, don't quote me, about $1 less than our white male counterparts as well. And we are the highest educated population, minority and just women in general, black women are the highest, and we're still paid less than y'all with more education. Especially as a female being educated on the PWI campus. That's already a struggle right there. Right. Being here, being black.
Being here, being black in America or on a college campus?
No, PWI. A predominantly white institution.
Predominantly white. Okay, I didn't know the lingo. Okay, thank you. I learned something today. Okay, so is there anything, because are you looking at University of Kentucky as a predominantly white institution, right? So is there anything that they are doing as an institution or the faculty or the staff that is negatively affecting you?
Not necessarily. Yeah, not necessarily.
Not necessarily. Is there anything in this college that is holding you back from succeeding compared to like your white counterparts?
I wouldn't say that. I just feel like in certain situations we do get looked down on or treated differently in a way. I feel like that's really pretty much it.
Okay, by who? By like teachers?
Not from my experience, not teachers.
Not from your experience.
Yeah.
Okay, so nothing happened to you that would say that.
Yeah, I don't feel like a teacher has like treated me differently here based on color of my skin.
My name is Yinka and I'm going to be your teacher for today. If you're someone who has never spoken English in their life and you want to see the definition of what brainwashing means, all you need to do is look no further and look at this video. In this video, we see a group of black women who are saying complete nonsense, don't know what they're talking about, and then they're believing in the nonsense that they're saying. I also want to point out that these people go to college where they're supposedly getting higher education, but yet all they do is spew complete garbage that is not true. So here's my conclusion. Brainwashing equal the black women in this video. Thank you.
Do you hate America?
Yes.
Can I ask why?
You're set up for failure here. You can't make enough money for a living wage. You can't buy a house. Everything's just too expensive. And the second you make money, it's gone.
Well, when you go to college to get a gender studies degree, I don't know why you would be so confused as to why you don't have money to be able to buy a house. And not to insult any of my Starbucks workers out there, but you probably work in Starbucks and are complaining about the cost of living and complaining about not being able to afford things. You also claim you hate the country, but I can guarantee you make no efforts to move to another country. But yeah, you apparently hate the country.
I would like for you to die of
measles, of polio, of all the horrible diseases that living in this country, in this bubble of privilege and ignorance and morbid stupidity, you've had the luxury of not having to worry about it because it doesn't really affect you. I hope it affects you. I hope it affects your children and your grandchildren. I hope it guts your community. That will make my life meaningful and extremely happy.
Wow, what an amazing experience.
Did you get all of that?
What an amazing experience that was.
You get all that?
I think at this point, these people should just embrace the fact that they're not loving and stop saying that they're loving, because every time I see videos of them, it's either they're being violent, it's either they're doing what this woman did in this video and wishing death upon people, but I've never really seen them show any love unless you agree with them. So I don't know why they're just lying to everyone. Why don't you just accept what you are? Say that you're actually a hateful person and we can all move on with our lives and actually know you are what you say you are.
We just demand that Starbucks follow the law. They don't have the right to overthrow the National Labor Relations Act. They're imperiling every civil right that we have, not just as workers, as union workers, but that's the framework that all of our rights are under. So all of our rights are in danger, and the only thing we can rely on is each other and taking direct action.
Do these people really think that they have any power? You work at Starbucks. What makes you think that they can't replace you with another person? And I'm not trying to be insulting to Starbucks workers, but it's not like you have any special skill that can't be replaced by the flick of a finger.
Do you believe you can have XY chromosomes and be a woman?
Oh, yes, definitely. It is the essence. Be whoever you feel.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, like, anything. Just be who you are.
And how far does that stretch? Could I identify as being black?
If that's how you feel, then that's how you feel.
Alright.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's who you are, how you feel, and everything.
And my pronouns are YN.
Yes or no?
Look it up.
Bodil is a funny guy, and these people once again showing us their stupidity.
Oh my God. Sometimes explosive, decisive violence without leaving any opening for trickery or malfeasance absolutely clears the way to a better world. I finally get what this camp is about.
Oh, no. Captain, I would encourage you to reconsider that.
No, that's the right lesson. Sorry.
Oh, so do what you always do, which is get violent. I was thinking you're going to come up with something different, like be the loving and accepting person and group you claim you guys are, but I guess you're going to continue doing what you always do.
Do you guys not understand how fucking harmful it is for the trans community for you to be out here misgendering Lily Tino? Just because she's creepy as shit? For you to be saying that she's a man and drag who's only doing this shit because she wants to portray the trans community in a bad light? Do you not understand how harmful that is? Because you are blatantly saying that you will only refer to trans people as their preferred pronouns if you agree with them. If you think that trans person is morally just. Like, yes, Lily Tino is a creep, but she's still a fucking woman, and you should still call her a woman and use her preferred pronouns. Let me put this into perspective for you. If there is a cis man going out and talking about his genitalia, you're not going to call him a woman. If there is a cis woman going out there showing off her tits or talking about something inappropriate, you're not going to call her a man. So why the fuck are you doing it to a trans woman? Just because she's creepy? That's no justification for your transphobia.
Yeah, that's the harmful thing. It's not the fact that you're allowing men who just claim they're women into women's spaces and women's bathrooms where there'll also be kids. It's not the fact that people who are offenders could just say, hey, I'm a woman today, and you being stupid will just say, oh, you're a woman because you claim you are. We'll allow you into the spaces where we allow our young girls. Big brain stuff.
I got hate crimed at Pittsburgh Pride. Whoop-de-doo. So I went with my brother and my friend, and there was Westboro Baptist Church, beam butts, you know, holding up their anti-gay flag, whatever. And there was this gay guy and a couple others yelling at them, and we're furries, so we were all wearing fursuits, and I like went up to them and I was like, fuck you, I'm wearing my fursuit, and I was like twerking at them, saying like, if God hated me, he wouldn't have made me, and stuff like that. And yeah, so that happened, and then things started getting a little heated. My bad. So this one guy was yelling at this other guy, and I spit on the other guy because he was instigating, and then this security guard just decided, because my glob of spit was worth it, I guess, on some random homophobic guy's hair, he shoved me on the ground, scraped to prove it, and then my brother and my friend were like trying to see if I was okay, and so the result to that was this guy who I spit on started beating the shit out of my friend, shoved him on the ground and started punching him in the face. Isn't that wonderful? Happy Pride. And my brother was crying and freaking out, because of course, who wouldn't be? It was a mess. This girl started yelling at him, and she went to punch him, and then she punched me in the forehead on accident, and my head really hurts. And then he was acting very buddy-buddy with the staff. So if you are going to Pittsburgh Pride, please be aware that not everybody is nice, and people are evil, and one little yell, one little glob of spit can get you on the ground and have your friends who literally did absolutely nothing at all getting punched. So yeah, keep that in mind, you guys. Happy Pride. I had fun though. It was really fun outside of that.
Yeah, I look at this video, I see you, and just to preface, I am not a judgmental person, and I'm sure to all the people who have already subscribed to this channel and who already watch these videos know that I'm not a judgmental person, but I'm just going to say, just by looking at you, I can guarantee you with 100% certainty that this story probably didn't happen, and I will even say probably because it's 100% certainty, so it didn't happen. You just made it up in your brain where you make up a lot of other things.
Because men shouldn't be in women's spaces.
But they're not men.
What you've done, you've redefined reality.
Can I ask
right, society, you've redefined reality. You're saying that...
Our reality is that transgender people exist. That is the reality of this world.
In their mind.
No.
Transgender exists in their mind and in your mind, because you're saying that I can be a woman if I identify as such.
Yeah.
Can't you?
Yeah. That is true. If you identify as a woman,
that's a delusion. That's called a delusion.
Anyone in this world can be what they want to be. That is what we are.
Does that make it so though?
Yeah, it does.
Ah yes, as long as I say I'm a woman, then I'm a woman, which is why I identify as a white woman.